Okay. Good evening, Gina and Sylvia. So let's just do a quick sound check. So you can let me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. That'd be great. Okay. Okay, so sounds good. Good. Okay. So resting multi-chart screen. Okay, so being the 1 hour chart. Now, apart from the vertical lines from our LG River, you probably can see those additional lines. Yep. Okay. Hi, Sylvia. Yes, Sylvia. Okay, so these are timelines. Yeah. So the yellow one comes on at 6 p.m. Melbourne time. The lawn green comes in at 10 o'clock. Okay, these lines are the lines that I've put in the daily trade opportunity, but they're such good lines because they're not generated by a cross of averages, such as in the MACD, the LG River. Okay, so they just will be present and at the time of the candle. So the benefit of that is that they're fixed because 10 a.m. there's going to be a lawn green vertical line. 6 p.m. Okay, so while there's daylight savings, these two lines will be there. Now, as you can see, even just from our chart in front of you, I'll just quickly refresh to see if there's any vertical lines. Okay. Okay, so once again, these are the LG River lines. Now, these timelines can also be assessed. Yes. Okay. I think in the last 10 to 12 years, one of the most consistent questions that I'm always asked by people is when is a good time to trade? When is the time? So it's a time related question. So one of the reasons why I've put these or left these lines or included these lines on your assessor charts is that you can actually assess the candle at a specific time. So if you are there just before 10 o'clock, the time, the vertical line representing by this lawn green at 10 o'clock, you can actually assess and see the same criteria that you would use for a vertical blue or red to see if it's entry opportunity. Yeah. So on Friday, based on what we can see now, we can see that the candle 10 o'clock Friday morning opened up in the buy zone. The orange line, well, at this stage below it, yeah. Okay, so whether it was or not, if it wasn't, then we wouldn't have entered trade. Now this one in the evening at 6 p.m. marked down by the yellow line. Our orange line is well below the river center line. In fact, even below the riverbank. Okay, so, and we can see that windows 4 and 5 are green. Okay, so the information is, and the criteria is there to be assessed. Yeah. Now, once again, I have sent a PDF out But at any time, if you want to go wanted to go and assess it or to go and read more about it, I'll just take us over to, you can see it in the website. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. So given that today in the morning we had our 10 o'clock line, you know, River Centre line screen, so we probably wouldn't have been able to enter that. But once again, it still signaled that price action was in the sell zone. Okay, so these lines, okay, so there's a question. Can you show settings of orange line? Okay, orange line. Okay, orange line is the smooth Kijun slope there, 8 and 18. Okay, so then you can change it, but it should be fine. Okay, yeah, so that setting for it's been there for, yeah, since before Christmas. So, but yes, okay, so the orange line is there. The thing that you may notice that there's a lot more diamonds here. Okay, so one of the things that has certainly been mentioned a few times in the post is that sometimes the vertical lines don't come up often, they disappear, etc. And that now the AFPH is a pip harvester, okay, and it was designed that with price had a strong movement and a momentum upwards or downwards, that would actually be able to take advantage of the pip harvesting, diamond pip harvesting, yeah. So, and that's where window 2 comes. Okay, so as you can see over here, when we have green shading and yellow and red lines in window 2 are in the same direction, that means above zero, like the shading, green shading, that's an upward movement. When there's a retracement, you can see one or both of those lines go below. Okay, so when there's a jumping diamond, we want the actual lines in window 2 to be either above with the green shading or below with the pink shading. Yep. When this is the case, we expect that there's going to be a jumping diamond. Yep. So for instance, here we get a red diamond, and wherever everything's suggesting there's momentum up, that means price is going to go above the previous high. Okay, so the settings and the bringing back of the diamonds is to go and give us an appropriate place where we can re-enter when there's a large momentum move. Yeah, so as you can see, even on the 30 minutes on Friday, there were entries that were signaled by the diamonds that would have taken advantage of that. Both the timelines, you know, best time to trade when. Now these, just because the line turns up doesn't mean there's going to be a trade. What it does is give you a marks a candle when that time has approached, and to assess whether that candle has opened in the right zone, and if everything else required for criteria is met, that there could be a trade entry. It also marks the candle so you know that you can use the open price to put your trade management lines on, just like a vertical line. Now, this also goes to say that if you go in a diamond re-entry, that means here's the diamond, it's appeared, it's in a buy zone, candle open at buy zone. You would also use the left-hand love handle as you would the vertical line. You'd use a diamond to mark the special candle, and you'd use that to go and measure out your stop level. Yeah. And then do your trade management lines. Okay. So as you can see, this then allows the template itself to be very exceptionally versatile and to identify appropriate and multiple entries, especially in a momentum situation when everything is in our favor. Because when momentum is going up or going down, it's very hard for most things to stop it. So the momentum will actually get it to at least minimum target. Yep, so we're always going to make a profit. Okay, so knowing this, well, we should definitely take advantage. Okay, so during the Christmas time, and yeah, the new year, just tweaking it so that we have to do less work and the chart does more work and presents us with high probability entries that almost guarantee, as long as we do our trade management lines and follow the rules, turn a profit. All right, so key takeaway is anything that marks or alerts us to an entry and marks the candle, we use the left-hand love handle to measure our default stop levels. Yep. Just like the vertical line, left-hand love handle. So the criteria, and the reason why the timelines, so the yellow one's important timeline 1, and the secondary one is the lawn there, which is in the morning, important time 2. So I've marked them as important because it is a important time. And for the yellow one, it's basically in the London or afternoon trading time, one of the busiest, guaranteed busiest trading sessions. Okay, so I'll move on and talk about a little bit more about that. But by just adding this and your vertical lines, you can see that there's a very easy black and white. Yes, there's a trade. No, there isn't a trade. And when there is a trade, you know exactly which candle you do all your trade management lines from, so you know how much profit you're going to make. Okay, we always want to know how much we're going to make, how much we're risking. Okay, so all the default stop levels apply, nothing changes there. Okay, so and here we've moved on in that same template, and this is the 5-minute. Okay, so we've already got the message from 1 hour and 30 minutes the price wanted to go down. Okay, that means basically jumping diamonds downwards, the price is going to keep going lower. So you can see here these diamonds were actual entries. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Okay, the reason why this one here, you can see that we don't have pink in windows 3 and 4. We need that as a minimum, etc. So what if we missed that trade? Didn't meet criteria at that stage, and really price still wanted to go down, and it gave us ample opportunities to take advantage of that. Okay, so, and once again, our stop levels measured from the left and left handle. Yeah, so 5 minutes, we're looking for 20 pip stop level. Okay, and a minimum of 20 pips down. And because of jumping diamond, we know that it has to go below that previous, and would like to go previous there. Okay, so we have that set, and diamond popped up. You can exit, but you can see even if you didn't, price achieved our results anyway because of the jumping diamond effect. Yeah, so if you're there, you could have exited there and re-entered there and had 2 trades, made 40 pips plus. All right, and 15-minute. Okay, so in our monthly chart, there was ample opportunity and alerts, so we don't have to chase trades that are good, and especially momentum trades. Once again, in a momentum trade, where can I get in? Where can I get in is another constant question. So to supplement the vertical lines, I've brought back to 4 diamond alerts, or diamond, yeah. So you don't have to have a noise, but you can still have the appearance of it to signal appropriate re-entry points and to mark the candle so you can do all your trade management lines. Okay, so even if you went for 1, 20 pips, 20 pips, there would have been 100 pips. Yep. Now the settings for those, because I've made them a very low threshold, 653. Okay, because when price is moving down, it moves up very quickly and back down again. So to capture that, this is an appropriate setting. Okay. Apart from that, apart from diamonds, settings been done. The template I sent out is as it is. Okay. So, any questions about the AFP HSSs? Okay. So now the daily trades. Once again, because I've added these lines, these timelines here, where you can assess them and you can turn up and see at 10 o'clock is there a trade, or at 6 o'clock. So that's 10 trading opportunities if you only turn up for those particular times. So once again, if you're looking for 1 to 2 trades, the expectation is on those 10 times, the 5, 6 o'clock time and 5 to 10 a.m. If you're not doing any, looking at any other trades, would deal with at least 1 or 2 trades. Yeah. Now, our daily trade opportunity is a slightly different configuration. Yeah. The settings are just slightly different because we're looking for something specific. this chart is only there for that time period. Okay, now this has been updated, like in everything when I create. It has the core river, buy and sell zone, etc. Settings in Windows 2, 3, and 4 are exactly the same as your APA AFPH assessor. Okay. Now, here we're looking to exploit a specific time in the evening and the afternoon trade where the London session's open and the Euro opens to assess the 6 o'clock candle. Okay. The template I sent you was focused on the 5 and the session area was over a 2-hour period. Okay, so I just did 5 to 7, but realizing that for pound Aussie and pound New Zealand, the whole afternoon session, we actually have more information. Okay, so let me just go to what I mean. Okay, so in the London trading session, which starts at 5, yeah, and finishes at 1 o'clock, 8 hours. Price for pound would generally look to find a high or a low or both in that period. Okay, so what that does is gives us greater confidence using that additional bit of knowledge for profit taking. Yeah. Okay, so over here, where price is outside the river, it wants to come back inside, and if it's found a bottom, okay, because price action is outside the riverbank, so which would imply that it's looking for a high in the session. Yeah. Same here, price is looking for a high. Okay, so that being the case, it made sense to use the session time, just the blue one, because we just wanted to go and bring that through, because generally in that time, most currencies would actually be quite active. Okay, but for pound, any pound cross and pound US, it actually indicates that AM has a high probability of looking for a higher low. So where price action opens up and where price is, actually identifies what profit we can expect to get from it. Okay, so over here, you can see the afternoon session opened up during the day, and the morning session, price has already found a low. So coming into the London session, it's going to be looking for a high, and criteria has been met. So it makes us pretty confident that we measure up to the riverbank, that price would reach there. Yeah, this is an hour, so it's a 50 default stop level. We'd be looking for 50, and over here we can see that our 1-for-1 is going to be met. Yeah. So once again, this information, character of pound crosses, allows us to estimate quite precisely our minimum expected take profit. Okay, so once again, this is information we already have. Okay, so what you can see now, this vertical timeline opens up at 6, yeah, and I'll draw at 6, and you can see the horizontal line. Okay, that starts at the open of the session, the 5 p.m. Okay, so it gives you an open of the actual London session. Yep, and what it does, it clearly marks in a cross shape, or if you're doing a graph, and with the blue, and then both appearing within the blue colored session of the London, makes it very obvious what session we're trading and what information we're getting from it. Now, the Lawn Green one came about because for those that wanted to do Aussie US, 10 o'clock is generally a time when Aussie will do something. Now, Pound Aussie has Aussie in it, so didn't take too much of a leap of the brain to then include it, and in that way I can give the additional advantage that for those that are trading pound or pound Aussie or Aussie US, that the chart really has that line so you could assess it. And over here on Thursday, you can see, 10 o'clock in the morning, the line, the candle in the right area, and then at 6. So the opportunities are there, they're fixed. There's no disappearing or whatever. Okay, for those that want specific times to turn up and a black and white, straightforward trade with trade management, this is an ideal strategy. Okay, now this works very well with our FPH assessor because we can't enter a trade, but we can see the price wants to go up or down and the momentum. We've got a multi-chart that will allow us to take advantage of that. So you can either do both or one or the other. Okay. The main thing is to know the rules and don't bend them. Now, just working on take profit, entering a trade when the criteria is met and the orange line's outside the river, in this case, Aussie, we're using a 50 pip stop level, we would expect to go and take a 2-for-1, 100 pips, yeah. So it can go more, but when price action, when the orange greedy line does go outside it, we'd be looking for a 2-for-1 trade. Okay, when the orange line's inside it, really 1-for-1 is our general expectation that it will be filled. Yeah. Okay, so these once again the main take profits and gives you a firm footing to trade with without having to work things out for yourself and to apply. So this applies for both or any currency. Okay, so I'll go back to Aussie. Okay, so whatever I say about there. Okay, so over here, orange lines above, so criteria met. I've been looking for Aussie. It's on the 1 hour for the daily trade. We're looking for a 20 pip stop level, 20 pip take profit. Okay, Aussie generally through daily movement is 40 to 50 pips. Okay, occasionally it can go 70, 100 like anything else, but on average, that's the expectation. Okay, so let's see, 7:30. So there's going to be an alert. That's why the chart's frozen up on me. So I'll wait until the alert comes. Okay, alert didn't come. So over here, 20 pips stop level, and going for 40 pips. Yeah. Okay, so you can see that our stop level maintains, and we could leave that, and it will always go to the 40 pips. Yeah. So yeah, once again, if we don't want to go and let it run forever, well, until the next day, here's the river, it's 16, so we'd expect it to get at least 20. Well, we definitely expect it to get 20 if it says that the criteria is met. So once again, you can just set it at the 1 for 1 and go to sleep. Yeah. So yeah, over here, the strategy part just once again quickly highlights the London Euro session. Okay, for Aussie people, the 10 o'clock line appears, criteria is met, 20 pips, yeah, 20 pips stop loss, 20 pips take profit. Okay, so very straightforward template. You know, it's not designed that jumping this, that, and the other. The trade is there or not. You apply 20 pips. Okay, this is not one. You don't know any. There's no channel lines here. Okay, when the entries criteria is met, we just use the default. Okay, if the trade goes wrong, we're willing to let it go because we will get our 2 for 1s, and the job of that's to provide entries when criteria is met. Our expectation is that a 1 for 1 is going to get, and when there's a 2 for 1 opportunity, we'll set it for 2 for 1. Yeah. Okay, so I did give trailing stops that you can use through it. So for Aussie, it's 15 pips. So those trades that didn't quite get to 40, 15 pips would have kicked in. If you've got a mobile app, you get alerted when 15 pips has been reached because your trading stop is activated. You can go to your computer and then micromanage it till 25 or whatever, or you can just let it run and apply it goes back. But once again, for trailing stops to work, your computer has to be on, or your VP, or you should have a VPS. Yep. Any questions? Okay. Now, the daily. Okay. There's a question. No. Okay. Now, you can the daily trade. You can have it in H1. You can put it in H4 as well. Okay, if you want to do H4, just WhatsApp me for your default levels for the H4. Okay, so and once again, yeah, same things that I said about the 1 hour apply here. If it's above, you're doubling the profit target. Okay, so it's a momentum template. Okay, so the momentum's up, we're able to take advantage of it. Yeah. Okay, now window 2 is not a criteria. All window 2 is a guide to support your confidence in the momentum of price action. Yeah. And that is set different to the FPH assessor window 2 because once again we're dealing with H1 and H4. Yeah. And there's slight little characteristics I like to expose from it. Hence the settings are tuned for the strategy and the template that I've created. Yeah. So these are pretty straightforward templates. Okay. So we're approaching that time and it doesn't take long for 40 minutes to disappear. So please enjoy it And if that's a lot of information, I'll be posting this video so you can watch it again. Okay, so these are the daily trade templates. And this is your AFPH. So now you can see the pip harvesting aspect of it is now giving us additional trade entry opportunities to take advantage when price action is actually on a strong momentum movement. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I do expect everybody to have an exceptionally great year of trading. Okay, don't overtrade. You don't need to overtrade these templates. Don't need to overthink it. You do need to go and follow the rules and apply the appropriate trade management lines to the strategy that you're using. Okay, so thank you. Hope you enjoyed that, as I have enjoyed showing you, because I'm very excited. Okay, so hopefully that excitement has moved on to you and gets you to take a step and take the action you need to make this a very good year for yourself. Thank you. Okay, thank you, and I'll say good night. All right, bye all.